the word gang gets thrown around easily, but the PD falls under that category just as much as anybody else. There have been more people traumatized by what the PD have done than what the quote-unquote gangs have done. There have been more people affected, livelihoods destroyed, businesses torn apart based on what these guys have been doing and the way they've been handling themselves. Much more than a guy that tries to rob you for pocket change or steal a couple of things off a shelf here and there. The effect that this PD gang, whether it's BCSO or LSPD, has on people's lives is arguably 10 times worse than anything gang members have done to people of San Andreas.
You think?
I do. I believe it. And you know what the worst part is? That herd mentality that the PD have is the best funded and most well-equipped gang in the city. So you want to fight for the underdogs, you want to make change. From my perspective, it's be one with the people in the streets, not the ones flying helicopters and fucking driving tanks down Southside.
Driving what?
They drove tanks down Grove Street.
Jesus, man.
They're whipping out Class 2s, automatic rifles for people selling weed on a corner. Those guys don't need fucking helicopters and Class 2s. They're doing something a little illegal. That's fine. But where's the conversation? What happened to trying to, put them in the place where they can grow and learn from what they're doing?
What's the answer? Because the answer isn't fighting back with crime. You know, I don't understand how you can...
Nobody's fighting back with crime. Everybody's just trying to survive. It's rough out here.
But that's how they're going to see it. Is they're going to see the people doing things that aren't legal as fighting back against the PD. And how can you enact change in the PD from the outside? How can you... If
somebody's doing something that's illegal just to survive, is that really fighting against them or is it fighting against poverty? Do you see all these fucking tents up everywhere?
Yeah.
The world's going to shit. We're not trying to...
Into shit, right?
Nobody's trying to fight the PD. Everybody's just trying to fucking survive. The PD are the ones that are trying to make sure nobody else survives. I'm cooking, chat.
So how do we change the mentality of the PD? That's the question. Because it seems like people in the streets are just like, it's us or them. We take down the PD. We get rid of them. Fuck them. But that's never going to happen, and that's not going to solve anything. What do we do?
The way I'm approaching it is what I'm trying to do is just highlight the truth. I'm just trying to... Those documentaries that I'm making, they show the truth of what the PD is doing. And maybe through that, there could be some rehabilitation where they can get better. But up until then, and then up until the system and its foundation is changed, those guys are always going to be the same. It's a herd mentality. Like I said, I've seen at least 10 people like you say, I'm going to go in there and change it. And then 5 minutes later, they're part of the bigger problem. Propaganda at its best. Do you want to be for the people? Be for the people. PD is not for the people.
What if it could be?
I wish it was. I wish it was. And you know what SJ told you about hood police being approved by LSPD and BCSO? That should be your flag right there. Those guys wanted hood police because they couldn't even do half of the stuff that SJ was running because people were respecting SJ. His version of BCSO was respectful, talking to people, making sure that they were okay first, then telling them what they did wrong, and then discussing the consequences, making people learn from their mistakes.
That's a lot to think about, man.
The best kind of propaganda is when you lace it with some truth. You want to, listen, talk to SJ, maybe ride along with him. That's the BCSO that you want.
Yeah, maybe I will.
Hey, just, A-B it. A-B it with what you've experienced before.
Yeah, I've got 2 ride-alongs under my belt, so I've got plenty to compare it to.
Yeah.
And what I will say is both chases that I was part of, or both big chases,
yeah,
there were so many units. And they say, oh, well, if there's interceptors, we need to add 2 more units per interceptor. But then it's like all of the interceptor units that they've got chasing the original car.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense because if they're for the interceptors, then why do we still need them now? Sparky was one fucking person in a car, or allegedly Sparky, because there's no proof for a warrant or anything because he got away.
Yeah,
allegedly.
Yeah. Allegedly.
But Sparky, for example, that there were like fucking 10 cars, and it was a deputy that wasn't even on the chase that happened to be in the car park that then didn't even attach, just got involved and stopped him and stopped his car.
And how long ago was that? Have you seen Sparky since?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
You
know that guy had to ice bath himself from all the injuries.
Oh my God.
He's been in an ice bath for 3 days.
That's insane.
Yeah.
An ice bath.
Yeah. Who do you think pays medical bills for everybody in the city? Dr. Skip?
Us.
It's us. Who pays for the car insurance? Who fixes all our cars? Us. Who fixes the PD's cars? The government. Where's the government get that money? Us. We're paying for our own beatdowns and our own recoveries. It's a lot to think about, isn't it?
It's like everything that I know is just being turned upside down, you know?
You're just taking your glasses off. That's all it is.
Yeah, I guess so. I think I'm gonna go take the night and think about stuff. I need to think.
No, I understand. You don't need to explain. It is a lot. And I remember when I started to see things for what they really are. It took me a day or two to get used to it too. Oh man, I feel guilty. She's so nice, but fuck the police.
I think those sirens probably say enough.
Yeah, I wonder who they're gonna put in the hospital today. I wonder what entrepreneur they're about to crush future dreams of. Okay, I might be going too far. I might need to reel it back. She'll start to slip.
So is your PD Live thing like against the PD?
What do you mean against
like
the PD?
Is it exposing the PD, or like is it supposed to support the PD?
It's a documentary. It's not leaning one way or other. All I did
just
was
the truth.
Point a camera in their direction, and you know,
gotta watch that.
He said we're a select few that are very focused, and then 30 fucking cars rock up and go down Grove Street for no fucking reason. That is a lie. Of course, it's a lie.
Can you send me the PD Live?
Yeah, it's on lossantos.me. The second one's on there, and then you can find the first one from that. You need to watch it. You need to watch the second one where the cadet who's getting trained says the reason he's joining the LSPD is because he gets a hard-on for power trips.
I mean, they've kept Carmine in the fucking PD, and the things that I've seen him do, it's ridiculous. He tried to get medical for himself before he got his fucking person he arrested who was throwing up in the cells.
Yeah.
Because he didn't take a weapon off of them and didn't take drugs off of them. They consumed the fucking drugs, got sick, started throwing up in the cell, obviously beat him down with the weapon, and he wanted medical first before her.
Yeah, you want to go full circle. I had Carmine and Bobby on the podcast before they applied for BCSO and LSPD. They were giddy almost, talking about their terrorism charges and how that they will do anything to beat the system. Those are the guys that are pulling you over saying you're speeding. Next time you see Carmine or Bobby pull you over, tell them you got $50 on you. See what happens.
Fuck, man.
I know you got a lot to think about, but this is the world we live in.
I just hope I make the right choice, Johnny.
I do too.
I'm gonna go think about some stuff. You have a good night, okay? I'm glad you like the song.
I really do. Let me know when it's all cooked up.
It's pretty close. I'm gonna get a few more bits sorted on it, but yeah, all I need is you to work your magic, and then we'll be good.
Yeah.
First one first, though. I mean, you know, I'm just gonna have a cue.
We're taking it step by step.
I will have a fucking cue for you by the time I'm done with all this fucking mental torture.
One thing I'm taking from Sparky's experience is that he told me we really have to regulate the way people release songs. So it won't be just, you know, we're not just going to be twatting out links and stuff like that. So we're going to make an event out of everything.
Yeah, it should be meaningful. I mean, if I keep this up, maybe it'll be an EP kind of year.
Yeah, I feel like there's a curve. There's a curve in there, and you're singing about your life and the way things are changing. It might be an interesting listen to hear it go from A to B. You know?
Yeah, I guess they do say music is a window to the soul, right?
Oh, is that what they say?
I don't know. Maybe I just made that up on the spot, but it's a window to my soul. There are
Yeah,
things that I
sure,
can never say that
sure.
you'll hear me sing. So
Yeah. No, I was told that music is the way you can get laid because of groupies. That's why I got into it.
okay. On that note, on that note, I'm gonna go to bed now.
All right.
We'll talk soon about music, okay? And
Yeah.
other
Sounds good. Are we walking in the same direction, Rayne? Because
Oh,
this is
we
a
are.
big
I'm just-
goodbye. Is
I'm just gonna think over here for a little
Okay.
minute. Then good night, Johnny.
good night.